Good day, and welcome to this training video. My name is Andrew Easters. I'm the Chief Operations Officer of Legal Suite Software, and today we're going to look at a topic called Striving Towards a Paperless Office. We're going to be looking at how you can use file notes and the document log in Legal Suite to keep information at your fingertips. The topics that we're going to be covering will include the following. Firstly, we're going to look at how you can use file notes and the document log to keep information at your fingertips. And this is done in different ways. Firstly, by using manual file notes. Secondly, by using automatic file notes, also by using the document log. Adding to the document log we're going to look at. You're going to look at how you can email from the document log, and we're going to also look at the benefits of having a paperless office. Let's start off and look at file notes. First of all, what are file notes? File notes are basically a record of the events which have taken place in a file. Notes of telephone calls, consultations, etc. can be kept in files. Now, I'm sure at the moment the majority of you guys make a written hand note on a piece of paper and shove it into your file when something happens in your file. If you're using Legal Suite, we want you to use it optimally and properly, and we're going to show you where you can record all that stuff in Legal Suite, so the information is available. It's important to make file notes of all the happenings on a file to ensure that the file notes at any given stage will provide a complete picture of the history of a matter. This way, the file notes become an invaluable management tool. The information is at your fingertips, as opposed to you having to get up and draw the file or getting your secretary to draw the file for you. Let's have a look at file notes in Legal Suite. Now, file notes originate from different places in Legal Suite. Firstly, we get manual file notes. Then we get file notes that are created automatically as you work in Legal Suite. And that's done, for example, when a reminder is marked as done, when a document is generated, when a debtor's receipt is done, and when an email and or SMS is sent. File notes are created automatically. Let's have a look first of all in Legal Suite at manual file notes. Now, I'm sure you're all very familiar with the screen that's open in front of you now, that's the Legal Suite desktop. If you go to the File Notes tab, which is circled, you'll see you can insert in the top right-hand corner. You click on the Insert button, or you can right-click Insert with your mouse to add a new file note, and the Adding a File Note screen will appear. We're basically going to allocate a date, which will default to today's date. The matter is going to be selected. If you're standing on the correct matter, that will be already filled in. And then you're going to type in your file note. Telephone call from M. Shapiro, for example. He has made a promise to pay on the 30th of September. You can then, at the same time as recording the file note, you can create a reminder or ask Legal Suite to create a reminder for you. See it circled at the bottom. Insert the reminder. Telephone call, M. Shapiro has made a promise to pay. And you can say, for example, please remind me in 15 days' time to do this. Click on OK. It's going to then come up with that reminder. You click on OK. And you'll see in your file note screen, it's added that file note for you. And if you go to the Reminders tab, it's added that reminder for you as well. So those things are all done when you insert a file note manually. Let's have a look now at automatic file notes. First of all, like I said, you can set up Legal Suite to make a file note for you when a reminder is completed. And that's done under the Setup menu. So top toolbar, Setup, Employees. It will bring up a list of employees. You double click on your own name and go to the Advanced tab on the left-hand side. You'll see they're circled in red as when a reminder is completed. If that setting is activated for your employee, every time a reminder is marked as done in Legal Suite, it will create a file note for you that that step has been completed. So if you click on OK, go to Reminders, you'll see there's a reminder, check if the debtor is paid. Now when I click on Done, you'll see under the File Notes tab, it automatically creates a file note for me. Check if debtor has paid, and it puts in inverted commas, done. So you can look at the history of the matter by going to File Notes, and included in there, over and above your manual file notes, will be automatic file notes. The first one coming from a reminder that's being marked as done. You'll also notice, for example, here I've got a file note called Letter of Demand. Now that brings me to my next automatic set of file notes, and those are file notes that are linked to documents, document-based file notes. Now those file notes can be found if you go to the Setup menu once again, and you select Documents on the drop-down, Setup Documents. It will take you into all your document sets. On the left-hand side, you'll see it's a complete list of all the document sets you have on Legal Suite. And on the right-hand side are the letters and documents belonging to that document set. Now, if we, for example, look at the Letter of Demand in the Magistrates Court set, you'll see if you go to the File Notes tab, there it shows a file note, Letter of Demand, and it's going to be added. So every time a letter of demand is assembled, it will create a file note that the letter of demand has been done. Again, automatically building up the history of what has exactly happened in that matter. So you'll see there it says letter of demand for a letter of demand that has been assembled. Right, next step, debtor's receipts. Every time a debtor receipt is done in accounting, it will automatically create a file note for you as well. Receipt, and it puts the amount in brackets that the debtor has paid. Again, just assisting automatically with creating and building a complete history of what's happened in the matter. Now you'll also see there's a file note there, email message sent to Collins. As you do any SMSs and emails from Legal Suite, they are also recorded in the file notes, a copy of them. And that, for example, if I stand on a matter, I right click and I say send SMS message. I'm going to send the message to the client. Click on select, fill in my message, dear client, Mr. M. Shapiro has made payment regards Acme Attorneys. Click on OK. It's going to tell you the message has been sent successfully. And you'll see there it automatically records it for you in file notes, circled in red. So again, adding to the history of the matter. Right, let's have a look now at inserting multiple file notes, because you might be working on, say, for example, one client's files, or you wish to insert the same file note on a whole bunch of clients. Then you can tag those matters. So on the left-hand corner in that small margin, you can tag the matters you wish to insert the same file note for. Those are the tags there. Then you can go to File, Tag Matters, Create File Notes. And it's going to then ask you what file note you want to insert. And I'm going to type in there the client phone for a detailed report on this matter. Let's say, for example, Brad's Auto Shop phoned and he said, look, I want to print out of all my matters. You can record that has happened. Instead of doing it one by one, you can tag them and do it like this. Then you'll see there's an option there. This is an internal file note. If I tick that, it means that this file note will not appear on any reports that I generate for my client. So if you need to make a comment or a file note and you don't wish your client to see that in any of their reports, then mark it as internal and it won't appear on any client reports. Now it will take if you want to untag the matters now. Depending on whether you want to carry on working on them, you can say yes or no. Then you'll see on each of those matters, it's inserted the file note, the client phone for a detailed report on this matter. If we double click on it, I just want to show you there, that's that flag. This is an internal private file note. It's also available to you when you insert a manual file note. So if you wish to make a defamatory comment, for example, about your client, you're welcome to do it. Mark it as internal and it will not appear on any of your outgoing reports. Right, so your file notes in Legal Suite to sum up should at any given time reflect the complete history of what has happened in your matter. This is done by automatic file notes as you work in Legal Suite and also by manual file notes for the other happenings in your file. And we have found that our attorneys that are using Legal Suite properly, they actually make it company policy that the secretaries and everyone that works on a file have to record all the happenings of the file. Just ensuring that if you need to know what's going on in your matter, you simply have to look at the file notes of the matter. There's no need to draw the physical file. Right, let's have a look now at the second section, the document log. Now, the document log must be built up to contain all documentation relevant to a matter. This must include incoming and outgoing documentation. All documents like letters, photographs, emails, and even sound files can be saved into the document log of the matter. And this is how you're going to achieve a paperless office, to make sure that all documentation that's currently in your physical file should be in your document log in Legal Suite. Now, outgoing documentation, that's easy because all documentation generated by Legal Suite, be it a document, a letter, email, SMS, all of those are automatically saved in the document log for the relevant matter. So you never need to go and draw your physical file to look at a summons you've done out of Legal Suite or a letter you've generated out of Legal Suite. Or you don't need to go into Outlook. If you send the email from Legal Suite, it will be recorded in the document log of the matter. So let's have a look, first of all, at outgoing documentation. Now, if you go and click on your Assemble button, the puzzle on the top right-hand corner, which I'm sure you're all familiar with, then you go and choose, for example, to assemble a letter of demand, which I'm busy doing now. It comes up with your letter of demand, which you then print and send off. Now, a copy of that is saved in the document log, and the document log is that yellow folder that's currently circled. If you click on the document log, you'll see there it shows the document log, the letter of demand that's been done. And if you click on the View button, top left-hand corner, you can view it again at any given stage. You can print it from there, and you can also browse the merged folder of that matter. And what happens in Legal Suite, all merged documents are saved in a subfolder off the Legal Suite directory, which is named by the file reference. So wherever Legal Suite saved, then it's got a merged folder, and then it's got a subfolder for every file. So for example, this matter is BRA10080. So it actually creates a folder on your server for that matter, so that not only you, but everyone across the network can access those documents. You can also convert documents that's been generated in Legal Suite to PDF. It will ask you, do you want to convert this to PDF? You say yes, and you'll see it creates a copy, a duplicate of that letter. It's a Word document, creates a PDF document or a PDF copy then of that document. And you want to do that, for example, if you want to then email that or pass it on to someone else and you don't want them to be able to edit it, then you obviously send it off in PDF format. Now, if you click on the View button, you'll see the document is now viewed using Adobe as opposed to Microsoft Word. Right, then I said you can also email from the document log, and that is done by clicking on the Email button, which is the fourth one that's being highlighted by the red arrow now. And then it asks you again, do you want to convert the document that you're emailing to PDF before attaching it to the mail? And you can either say always convert the stuff on emailing to PDF, or do not convert, or ask me. Most users leave it on ask me for some things you might want them to be able to edit. For example, if you're sending a divorce settlement agreement to the party, it hasn't been finalized, you want them to have the ability to edit it before they send it back. So I'm going to say ask me, I'm going to say send it to the client, and you'll see the attachment is attached the document for you. Click on send, and it's added to the document log the fact that that email went to M. Shapiro. Right, let's have a look now at incoming documentation. Now, to get the full benefit of the document log, you need to add all incoming documentation relevant to a matter to the document log. This way, you can eventually eradicate the need to draw on the physical file, or actually to have one at all, which will be a very brave thing for attorneys to do, but we do have clients that we do that. Right, let's see, how do we add to the document log? You can either manually add an item, or you can scan in documentation, or you can import emails into the document log. Let's have a look, first of all, at manually adding an item. Now you'll see there's a list of things that's already been added to the document log. I've got an SMS, I've got an email, I've got a document, all those things we've already looked at. Now to add an item, let's say, for example, you want to add the debtor's ID, which has been saved on your computer, and you now want to add it to this matter. You click on the Insert button. It's going to ask you for a description. I'm going to call it the debtor's ID. It's in PDF format. I'm going to browse it here using that little ellipse button. Click on OK, and it's added the debtor's ID for me. And now if you click on the View button again, you'll see it brings up the debtor's ID for you. Right, to scan in documentation, obviously you need to have a scanner connected to your computer. Click on the Scan button. It's going to ask you for a description once again. You fill in the details, click on the Scan button, and it automatically adds the document to the document log for you. Then to drag and drop emails into the document log, you're going to click on this little button here, which will browse that folder, the BRA10080 folder. You're going to leave it open. Then you're going to go into Outlook, and you're going to click and drag the email. So, for example, here I've highlighted here Susan, an email from Susan Parenchek about release notes, and I want to drag that into Legal Suite. So I'm going to drag it with my mouse, hold my mouse down, drag and drop it into this folder that so I'm going to open the merged folder, and then I'm going to drag and drop that email into the merged folder. Let it go. And then I can drag and drop it from there into Legal Suite. And as I drop it into the Legal Suite document log, or to the Legal Suite folder at the bottom, you'll see it's going to tell you you're importing a document, and click on OK, and that email has then been added into my document log, which just makes it easier because you don't have to sift through all your emails in Outlook if you want to look for something pertaining to a particular matter. Click on the View button, you'll see it actually brings it up, viewing it in Outlook. Right, to sum up, the benefits of a paperless office is that you have all the relevant information at your fingertips. And that means your productivity increases, it saves you time, your clients are satisfied, which means they're going to give you repeat business and they're going to refer you to other people. And of course, we all know word of mouth is the cheapest form of marketing. To sum up, we've looked at how to use file notes and the document log to keep information at your fingertips. And we've done that by inserting manual and automatic file notes, adding all income and outgoing documentation to the document log. We've looked at how you can email from the document log. And lastly, we looked at the benefits of a paperless office. Thank you for taking the time to watch this training video. Should you have any queries, please do not hesitate to email me, or you can obviously contact our support desk on 0861 71150 if you have any further questions. Thank you and have a good day.